I don't know anything that frustrates parents more than that, because they're not being asked to do, monumental things. It's not like go out, earn a living, pay the mortgage. It's like clean your room. Can you just clean your room? What's so difficult about cleaning your room? I told you to clean your room. Just clean your room. Well, what we don't recognize sometimes is that clean your room is not a single step task. Is not a single step task. It's a very multi-step task. It has everything from making your bed to getting the clothes off the floor or out of the closet or wherever else they might be underneath the bed, or the other stuff that is underneath the bed, like the Coke cans or the whatever. First of all, where do you start? Well, if there are 5 parts of cleaning your room, the likelihood of doing the first or second one is probably pretty good. 3, 4, and 5 are probably never going to get done. So, because somewhere between 1 and 2, something else is going to catch your attention. And so whatever those other ones, they never get done. So that's one of the reasons it really is difficult, is recognizing that when we're asking a teenager with ADHD to accomplish a task, we need to decide, is this a 1-step, 2-step task? If so, we're probably okay. If it has a lot of pieces to it, it's not. The way I look at it is a juggler. And no, I can't juggle, so I've tried. And I can do 1 ball at a time. I can do 2 balls at a time. When you add the 3rd ball, all 3 of them hit the ground. Well, I noticed people who are professional jugglers can do, 8, 10, 12, 15 kinds of things, and it's amazing, and they can juggle those things. But there's always a point at which if you add 1 more back into the system, they all hit the ground. That's the ADHD kid. So when we start asking them to do things, we need to look at what we're asking. Not so much is it difficult or not difficult, but how many steps there are included in doing it so they will get it done. They're not typically good with sequencing tasks. It's like the sequence of steps that are required to complete a task don't get done. They do the first part and they just don't get through the rest of it. Go get some cereal for breakfast. Okay, so they go get the cereal out, and then you come in there 30 minutes later, and the milk is still out. Even though they complain about the milk gets sour easily. Right, because you leave it out all the time. Why do you leave it out? Because you get the cereal in your bowl, and you get your spoon and leave. And you don't put the cereal back, the milk doesn't go back. So it's funny when you watch it and you realize what's going on. It isn't so disturbing when you realize the sequencing steps are oftentimes more than they can complete. So sometimes what we need to do is, particularly as they're younger and develop patterns, is to use visual cues and have a list of saying, okay, when you do that, step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, and it goes on the refrigerator door, says, did you put the milk back? On the bathroom door, did you flush the toilet after you use the toilet? So the reality is that's where the inattention really catches you. A lot of times what happens is with inattention issues, you're not really focused completely on what it is you're doing, but what you're going to do and where you're headed. So if I'm playing a video game, for instance, and I need to go to the bathroom, I'll go to the bathroom, but I'm really also thinking I got to get back to my video game. So finishing that sequence of tasks to do it oftentimes doesn't get done because I'm really not paying attention to the bathroom. I'm thinking about getting to the video game. And once you understand that's what's going on, it's easier to sort of help intervene with them and begin to get some tasks completed. but you're going to need some cues to finish those sequences rather than just jumping from one to the other. That can drive a parent just really, if you're not dealing with a tension issue, it doesn't make logical sense. You can't figure out why they can't just do it. It seems so simple, and it is simple, but it's that extra ball in the juggling that the whole thing crashes.